Yeah, it just happens to be.
3:30?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, we're
you
good.
ready? Okay, it's 3:30, I'm gonna call the meeting to order, roll call, Brian?
Here.
Smith is present and Simpson is absent. We have two non-publics. The first one is gonna be session 1, RSA 91A32A. And the second one is gonna be RSA 91A32I. Was that I, correct, is what you said, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, so I make a motion to go into non-public session 1, RSA 91A32A, and RSA 91A32I, that would be session 2. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes.
3:31.
One down, and they put him in jail.
3:42.
Okay, I make a motion to re-enter the public meeting.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I make a motion to seal the minutes from non-public session 1 only. I'm sorry, session 2 only. Good catch.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And what exemption was that?
Aye.
Oh, aye. Aye.
Aye.
That's what he was talking about.
Oh, okay, well, I classified it as session 1, 2,
Yeah.
but, okay, I get it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so session 2, under I for the non-public, we sealed. Moving on, we had a budget amendment. So this is gonna be, so, you know, I had that bill for the rail trail.
Yep.
We made great progress on it. I'm not gonna announce it, that it's completed, but DOT has agreed to surrender the 21 miles of rail to DNCR, which is under the Bureau of Trails. This is a huge step. The executive council's behind it, the state senator, Mark McConkey. Mark McConkey is a huge help with this, also Joe Kenny, the executive counselor. We've had 3 meetings with DOT, we were just down in Concord, and the formal report is gonna be finalized by January 2nd, I think is what it
Yes,
is.
sir.
Which there's gonna be a vote in January at the governor executive council meeting for this transfer to happen. That means a rail trail is gonna happen here.
Right.
Again, we're not gonna put it on the webpage yet, until this is final, but this is the beginning steps of that process, which is gonna be huge for our downtown area. So, talking at the last DOT meeting with the deputy commissioner of DOT, I forget his name, I think he was deputy. Either way, he was a commissioner. He was talking about these grants, there's a grant called the TAP grant, and they extended the deadline for us, because they knew this bill was in there from December 6th to December 20th. So we have to just send in a letter of intent, there's no commitment, just a letter of intent that we're gonna possibly explore this grant, which is an 80% federal, 20% local grant match to facilitate this rail trail. And without money, there is no rail trail, so. So I make a motion, you have any questions on that before I motion?
No, how much is it for?
Well, this is just a pie in the sky number right now, Matt put $1 million.
Okay.
That's, we
Right.
have no idea what it's gonna cost.
I think that was the upper end of what they have available for the whole state, so we were just like.
Per project or something, no, per project,
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is federal money that's been allocated to the state. I know it's all adding to the national debt, I get it, but the money's sitting there and the Ossipee taxpayer pays taxes and they're entitled to apply for it.
Right.
The nation will go down the flames together when we hit 50 trillion in debt, but that's another argument for another day. So I make a motion to approve Matt Sawyer to apply for this TAP program grant through DOT.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you, Matt. So part of that is we have to show commitment from the town, so that we're committed to this, and we're gonna create an ETF for a rail trail ETF, kinda like we did with the Deer Run. This would just be for $25,000, which is, we're gonna have to revise the budget, so.
Right.
You have any questions on that before I make the motion? So it's pretty self-explanatory, I already hit it up. So I make a motion to put onto the warrant a rail trail ETF in the amount of $25,000.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. That's gonna reflect our total appropriations, going to the budget committee at $9,351,516. Make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We also revised our revenues to $3,853,585. Matt did some moving around to make the numbers
Yep.
more realistic. So I'll make a motion to approve those revenues.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
That gives us a projected increase in the overall budget of 2.8%, which with all the inflation we're looking at, I think that's an incredible number.
Yes, perfect.
It's the bet, I mean, we're doing a good job here, so. That's all the budgets, aren't they?
That's all the budgets,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So, you get that back, that's this, read that.
Along with the rail trail stuff is the LRPC.
Oh, right, we have, I should just read what you wrote for me here. So Phil Villar, part of the rail trail is, we should have a representative of the LRPC, Lake Region Planning Commission, because a lot of this stuff is associated with them. Phil Villari, who is in Fort, Friends of Ossipee Rail Trail, wants to be on it.
Okay.
So we haven't had someone on there in years, so I make a motion to appoint Phil Villari to the LRPC.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's it for that. Done with that red folder?
Yep.
You want me to zip through it, or you want to?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, we can just bust through it. Brad, see.
So I have the minutes from December 2nd, 2024 meeting. I'll make a motion to approve these.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Take this all out. We have a request, it's not really a request for an abatement, it's just a handwritten note, you saw it in here.
Yeah, I saw it.
We never approve these, it's a late fee, you have to pay your bill
Right.
when it comes. So I make a motion to deny this request to refund the $25 late fee for, see if there's a map on here. Map 224, lot 4.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Take that if you don't mind.
You want that?
Do you-
Take this.
Sure, that'd be great.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's it, sorry. We have this is a memo, this is to make a transfer, we got TJ does a great job returning FEMA funds for the storm damage. So this is to reclassify $100,000 from FEMA grant funds to $50,000 back to the overtime line and $50,000 back to contract services. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have a request to the trustee of trust funds. This is to withdraw from the capital reserve expendable trust funds in the amount of, this is the normal end of year transfers, in the amount of $339,435. They are for the invasive species, police vehicle, property cleanup, transfer station, and highway expenditures. So I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have a abatement request for map 92 lot 39. It says meter was removed as there is no house on the lot, authorized by the Public Works Department. Make a motion to approve this abatement in the amount of $49.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have 8 requests for clerical abatements. I'm gonna do one motion, but I'm gonna read them first. First one is map 242, lot 10, 132 Hanson Road. The property was not conveyed properly. The owner, Mr. Merrill, no longer owns it. The amount is $847. The next one is map 242, lot 34, which is for 160 Chickville Road. The abatement is for $1,220. The property was not conveyed properly. They own a different piece of property. Next one is for map 138, lot 9. Upper Beecham Hill Road, there's no address. Property was sold prior to the tax bill. The abatement amount is $183. Next one is from map 104, lot 14, sub 9. There was no feature on this site and the camper was registered. The abatement is $41.18. That's at 1 Terrace Pines. Next one is from map 14, lot 14, sub 9. 1 Terrace Pond, oh, sorry, that was for 2022 tax year. This next one is for the same owner at 2023 tax year, same thing, the people left the campground. The abatement is $150.68. Next one is for One Terrace Pines for year 2024, same owner, map 14 lot 14 sub 9. They left the campground in 22. The abatement amount is $116. Next one is map 130 lot 12 sub 113 for 700 Route 16. The camper left in 2023. The abatement amount is $67. And the next one is map 130 lot 140 sub 42. Camper was registered for the 2024 tax season, and that was for the 2024 year. The abatement amount is $76. Make a motion to approve those clerical abatements.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have a supplemental tax warrant in the amount of $183. This is for, ties in with the clerical abatement, Upper Beecham Hill, map 138, lot 9. Make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have another one for 132 Hanson Road, map 242, lot 10. Same thing for the clerical abatement, and this is the amount of $847. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I have another supplemental tax warrant for map 242, lot 34, 160 Chickville Road, ties in with the clerical abatement. This is in the amount of $1,220. Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I have a water sewer tax warrant in the amount of $10,672.12. This is for bill number 12, which is the monthly bill. Make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have, so from the trustee of trust funds, they'd like to recommend that we appoint Brenda Golden Hasley to the vacancy of trustee of trust funds. We appoint, they can nominate.
Right.
This is because Connie Billings, many of you out there in TV land probably know him. He passed away a few days ago. He has served this town in multiple capacities, most recently as a planning board member and as a trustee of trust fund for over 10 years, probably even 13 years. So he will be missed. There is a wake service Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Lord's Funeral Home right here in Center Ossipee, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. if someone wants to go give their condolences to the family. So that's why we're appointing this alternate to be a full board member. So I make that motion to appoint Brenda Golden Hallacy to the vacancy of trustee of trust funds.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I have a notice of decision from the ZBA. This is for 44 Bay Point Road, map 22, lot 29. They were granted a variance for a generator within the setback. Another notice of decision from the ZBA for map 9, lot 7 for 2365 Route 16. They were granted a variance to install rooftop and ground mount solar PV system. Okay, this is just a note to the board that Angela Eldridge will be the new chairman of the trustee of trust funds, as their board voted, obviously to replace Connie Billings. I have a letter from the fire chief. He just says he wants to thank everyone to the agencies who assisted us on Sunday, December 15, 2024. With our incident on Pinder Mill Road, our work would be impossible without a working relationship with our mutual aid partners and other local governments. Special consideration goes out to the following agencies: West Ossipee Fire, Freedom Fire, Town of Ossipee Highway Department, who provided valuable manpower and equipment to the scene. Thank you to the Tufton Borough Fire for providing station coverage while our companies were tied up. Signed, Dana D. Cullen, Chief, Center Ossipee Fire Department. So for that. So, since we got the camera up here, I'm going to talk about, after I wet the whistle. Okay, so we got our audit. Took forever. They're short-staffed like every other employer in this state. It's fantastic. It's about as good as you're going to get. I mean, there's really there's no deficiencies other than minor insignificant items that are not really relevant to the health of the audit. Our fund balance is sitting at $2,748,000, which is incredible that we keep the tax rate low, we spend wisely, we invest, a lot of that goes to TJ. Rebuild our equipment, the town is doing very well. I know many people think that we waste money, which couldn't be further from the truth. And this is the book that says otherwise. So if anyone out there in TV land has an issue, come read the audit, and that'll shine a positive light on it. That being said, the tax bills went out. Many people had significant increases, which I understand. A big part of that was the school. Everyone had a small increase. I had the town administrator prepare a breakdown of each part of your tax bill by category with the percent increase and the cents increase. So the town had a 15-cent increase. This is the first increase we've had in 5 years. I'm trying to think.
We've barely had any,
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
The reval year, last year, I'm gonna talk to that after I go through this, doesn't count, and I'm gonna tell you why. So the town went up 15 cents or 4.63%. The county went up 4 cents or 5.48%. The school went up 97 cents or 17.93%. The state education, which is set by the state, went up 7 cents or 7.07%. This is the big one here that had a huge increase. Center Ossipee Fire Department or Center Ossipee Village District. For those of you that don't know, our fire departments are their own village districts. They're their own government taxing agency. The Board of Selectmen have no control over it. Only if you live in that district can you vote on that budget. So Center Ossipee went up 27 cents or 25.47%. Ossipee Corner had no increase, 0%. West Ossipee went up 16 cents or 12.21%. So out of all these categories, the highest was Center Ossipee at 25%, lowest was Ossipee Corner at 0, and then the town. So the town was the second lowest at 4.63%, which is, in my opinion, doing a fantastic job with managing the town resources. So speaking to the reval, the revaluation happened last year. That by state law has to be done every 5 years. This goes all the way back to June 2nd, 1784. This is in the state constitution, part 2, article 6, where it says valuation of the, I'm just not reading the whole thing, valuation of the estates within the state taken once anew every 5 years. So every 5 years that has continued, where properties have to be revaluated. Obviously the administrative state has added multiple layers to that process, but the concept of every 5 years being real estate revaluated is in the state constitution for, you can calculate the number of years. It's been around since the beginning of the state. So every 5 years, tax bills go out based on new values. Some people's tax bills go up, some go down, some stay the same. That's the process. We follow the process as prescribed in the law. Some people aren't happy with that process, but that's the reality of setting the tax rate. So those of you who've had an increase, I feel bad for you. Some people smiled, their bills went down, but this is where we're at. So the town is doing an incredible job with spending money, and again, PJ is a big part of that. He controls multiple departments, and the selectmen obviously make those decisions ultimately. So I just
Can you just clarify, so it's every 5 years, but they do 20% of the town every year, right?
it's not, so every 5th year or sooner,
Yeah,
it can't go beyond 5 years.
Right.
So the administrative state has put in all these rules that if the numbers get out of whack to a certain amount, it can be done sooner. We did ours at 4 years because properties have skyrocketed because everybody moving here, hence we had to do the reval earlier. It can't go beyond 5. So the assessor goes and does cyclical reval where they go and collect data, but it all gets compiled in that reval year, which is normally the 5th year or sooner.
Right.
That's when the rates are set, the values. So values aren't set quarterly, or I
Right.
shouldn't say once, would you say 20%?
yeah,
No, they're not.
I thought they did 20% of the town.
No,
So every year they come in and do it, but every 5th year,
Is the
whole
total
gets
town
done- is up to speed.
Gets a reval. The values are not adjusted until the 5th year, or sooner,
Right,
unless you put on something changes, they pick up something that was not right, they'll correct it.
Yep,
But the reval portion doesn't happen until at least the 50th year or sooner.
correct, okay,
So, and again, that's the process that we have to follow.
right,
So, and it doesn't give us a windfall of extra funds.
no,
This is, values go up, tax rate comes down. We
Yeah.
live within what's passed at town meeting, so there's no extra money to the town.
yeah, Matt's letter is perfect, it explains it.
Right.
I don't know what the shortcoming is with understanding it, but it's very
Well,
crystal clear.
Unfortunately, people like to have a boogeyman, and we're it, sometimes.
Meanwhile, it's only a quarter of the
Right,
total bill that
right.
it controls.
Right, we're 25% of the total tax bill, out of the 100. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tamworth sent out a letter in their tax bills with that explanation.
Oh, they did?
You ever done that before, where you send out a evaluation explanation letter?
Well, we do,
Every year, that's what Brian's referring to.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Okay.
theirs,
Yeah,
but
it
I
was in,
think ours, I put a pie chart on the back this
Yeah.
year.
And that goes out with the bill?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
a detailed breakdown, pie chart explaining each
Way more
town
cost.
portion, county portion.
Gotcha.
It couldn't be any more,
Never mind.
it's one page and it couldn't be any more detailed. It's really, really good. So,
It's on the website too.
yeah,
Yep. It's very good.
anyway. I went on a little bit of a rant, but information is good, so. All right, I got nothing more. You guys got anything?
Want to do it up here for the?
Yeah, because
cameras here?
Ed's filming, he's not gonna be here,
So I got three things. The first thing I'll start is we shut off haulers to Camp David because
Uh-huh.
we're obviously winter come early and things are freezing. Number two is I talked with the dump, the transfer station, and we are gonna give people a grace period till January 13th to get their new dump stickers. We always give them a grace period. That will give them the first like week and a half into January before they're refused to use they can't use the transfer station. So that's the Monday, the second Monday or something in the month. Then they'll have to get their stickers or they'll have to go somewhere else. The board has always done that, but I figured where it was common practice, I could just tell them that,
yeah,
to let them know in January
Yeah.
that you have till the 13th.
oh, yeah, right. That's
So, the next thing is we're running into an issue with the transfer station as far as you know, the Public Works Department plows it. Neil will go in there with his truck, the six-wheelers will run in through, make a couple passes. Well, if anyone, other than probably the people sitting here, have used that gate, you can't keep half of it shut, because it just swings open. What has happened recently has, one time we had went in and plowed it, gotta leave the gate open because you gotta plow the road. We shut the gate and there's someone in there. So unless you go in and check, the other issue we have is the haulers come with the containers, and where the gate is located, they can't get off Chickville Road. The trailer and the dump body are too long, so they're stuck out. As you know, coming from the police department, new police department, there's a hill, it's dangerous. So what we have talked about is moving the gate back so that they have room to fit. I also would like to put in a solar powered gate that will open for our highway guys, the public works guys will have a clicker in their vehicle remote. And there'll also be a keypad for the people that work there. The keypad will open it permanently, and it will stay open. If I have the push button ones, when the plow truck goes in, after 10 seconds it closes. So that would work better while they're plowing, that will be closed so no one comes in. I also can set it so that it opens when the transfer station opens and closes when the transfer station closes. So that would be a benefit. I think this is something the transfer station needs. It's
What about, just because before I forget the thought, what about when the haulers put the keypad in, because they're not gonna have a button, how do they close it behind them?
so I can set their code to shut behind them.
And then how do they open it? They gotta go
They go
around?
back to the keypad.
Okay, alright, that's good.
It's just a simple gate. It's just to stop vehicles from driving in.
No, I
It's
think
just
it's a
like
great
the one
idea.
now, you can walk around it. But it's something I think we need. I was supposed to have all the information today. He hasn't got it to me. He said end of day, so it probably will be 5 o'clock or something.
They're just like the ones in a parking garage that just go up?
No, they go
I
on a
don't.
roller.
It slides
Oh.
and rolls, because the ones that go up have a lot of issues, especially in the
That's
winter.
why I was asking.
This
yeah.
one just slides open, and I think going with the solar was a little bit of money, but it's gonna cost us a lot of money to cut
Get
pavement
electric
to
there.
take electric there. So
For
it'll
sure.
open 15 to 20 times a day, so that's way more than what we'll need.
Yeah, definitely.
but I think it's something that we need there.
What do you need from us? You don't need a motion yet, could you explore the options, get a price, and then we'll have to vote on it?
That's what I would like to do, we need to get them on the books.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to have me the stuff today, but it's not here.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me a rough quote, and I mean, it was just under 20,000
Mm-hmm.
for the whole setup. And I think that is something we need, and I think if, I guess I can call each selectman individually and tell them.
We can vote now, I mean, it doesn't, we don't need an
Yeah,
exact number.
That's
I've
less
talked to
than
you in detail about this off camera.
Yeah,
It's a great idea, it needs to happen, that gate is a pain in the PIA, as you know, I agree with you. Do you have any questions on this?
No, that sounds great.
and I haven't talked to you, Brian, but the warranty is like a once and done thing. When
Yeah.
the warranty, pretty much they said the life of it, just
Yeah.
call us, so.
So I make a motion to authorize TJ to go into an agreement with the gate company,
Yep,
up to $20,000.
yep.
I think that's good enough.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
And another thing to mention, when we changed the way we did the haulers, we saved about 40,000 in the transfer station budget, so this money's there.
One other thing, I know you did a lot of research on this, there's no one that does these gates. There's people that do gates, but they don't do gates. This is an actual gate company.
This is
what they
Granite
do.
State Gate,
Right.
they just do gates, they do it for airports, stuff like that, and
Exactly.
I don't wanna do this twice, I wanna have a good gate.
Do it once and done, I agree.
That's it for me.
That's all you got, Matt?
We hit all mine already, I think.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I did a lot more up here because the good Mr. Ed here videotaping, so it's on camera for all the world to see. Of Government Oversight, who does this for free in the viewing public. People need to remember that. He doesn't get compensation from the town, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely. I do have one thing.
Yeah, go
I'd like
ahead.
to set up a time to speak with the chief, with Chief Babin, about, it's been like 6 months since we've had someone
Yep.
apply, we're vacant, a detective.
Okay,
We lost a patrolman, so I wanted to see if we could make a push in the first quarter of '25 to see if we can replace patrolman. He's been working
I think,
12-hour patrols, and it seems like through attrition, we're not gonna have a police department unless we do
well,
something.
I think you've been advertising for it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nothing.
right.
So, yeah, if we can set up a time, then I can get on the next meeting or two
Yep,
to have him come in. It'd probably be non-public, but
yep,
discuss
Yeah.
wages and salary and benefits. Just,
Yeah.
we have to make a push to, I don't think it's sustainable to keep having the patrolman that we have working that much overtime and having the chief and the lieutenant doing that much patrol. That it'd be worth just having a meeting with him, discussing that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard, I mean, I know every police department, fire department, they're short. That's because,
it's a common theme, it's.
yeah, they butchered the retirement system, you know, Bradley and everyone. So it's a direct cause of that, so we're left probably having to pay more to get.
Well, the
people
problem is, we're already through the whole budget process.
here. Right,
We're completing the whole budget. I mean, it could be amended again, but we just did the whole budget process.
Right.
We have one more meeting Wednesday, and then there'll be the public hearing, so,
yeah, but moving through next year,
Yeah.
if there's unanticipated revenue.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the sale of the PD, so, like, we can't do anything with the sale of the PD, but it's just, the first step would be to have a
yeah,
meeting
no,
with
it's
the
a topic
chief.
of discussion.
Yeah.
All right, nothing further? I'm gonna recess until 4:15. Thank you for taping.
4:10.
This is good.
Yeah. Can't believe they went back to paper instead of bringing it all up now. Hi, how are
It
you?
sounds easier to